everything you write is going to have some personal hook to you, whether it's like completely fantastical or not, doesn't matter. It's the emotion.
Do you believe everyone has their own artistic voice?
Absolutely. I feel like everyone has their own artistic voice. I don't think everyone has the outlet to express their artistic voice. And if they don't, I think they should. And I feel very grateful that I have a career that I can, and a space that I can, and friends that I can with, you know, make movies or paint or play music. The coolest part about making movies is all those things can be in the same thing. I hand painted the titles to my dead dad, you know, the intro and the whole end credits.
Oh, wow.
My hand still hurts from it, but yeah, I'm fortunate enough to have a million of those, you know. And even like my mom, for example, she's like a great painter and just drawer and crafter, and I admire her for finding an artistic outlet like that, you know. Because I know some people, I mean, it's like, you know, everyone knows someone who's super funny too, who's like not doing anything with it, you know, or whatever. It's like, oh, you should be no, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely known people like that.
Yeah.
So having gone to different countries, Qatar being one of them, and traveling, seeing that not everyone can express their own voice, you think that makes you more grateful for it? I mean, most people probably your age haven't had that opportunity. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never been overseas, so yeah, it's
No.
pretty cool that you got to see different worlds.
Absolutely. If you feel like you can't voice your opinion well, and you're living in a first world country or the United States, I urge you to check out other parts of the world and feel very grateful for that. But free speech doesn't come easy, you know, and it's something you continually have to keep your guard up for, you know. I think the world would take away free speech if there wasn't people out there sticking their ground in art or otherwise, really, you know.
How does a writer gain confidence in their voice?
It's hard to gain confidence in your voice when you're a writer. It's hard to write, but let alone gain confidence in it. It's impossible. Man, I think just really get good at taking notes, you know? And if you're bad at taking notes, just go get notes. Like, go get as many notes until you don't feel as bad, or you just feel dead inside, and you're like, well, I got to keep writing, and then you'll write, and then you'll start to feel good about yourself again, and then you'll listen, and you'll know when sometimes there's no notes on certain aspects of a script that you love. If there's no notes on it, sometimes it's like amazing. Sometimes it's the best part of your movie, you know? And at that point, you'll know you finally have confidence, where it's like, okay, I've been taking all these notes, and this part no one said a word about. Nice, that's good. I believe it.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's not where it would be where no one has an opinion on it. It's where it's like so great, leave it alone kind of thing?
Yeah, I think so. I think when you're reading a script and it doesn't like ping you, or like you get an alert in your mind of like, oh, there's something weird with that, like that's the best kind of writing, where you're like, oh, I'm like there, or like I've heard this, so it's not weird to me, just on a dialogue point of view. Or, you know, there's crazy twists in movies, or there's pivotal moments for sure that everyone will be like, oh, I love that. But I think the most relatable moments in a movie can be the quietest sometimes. And even when watching it, you could not know it till years later for some movies, you know?
What steps did you take to go from being an actor to a screenwriter?
Downloading Final Draft? I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think the cool thing, like if you're an actor out there, the coolest thing about it is that you're forced to read scripts or watch movies. And if you're not doing either of those things, you probably should. There's nothing else you could do. But so you're familiar with the language of movies or theater or whatever it may be, and you'll just know it. I think the actor friends. I have some talented friends who are actors and producers and writers, and I'm not the only one out there, but who their dialogue I can always tell is just like one step above because they've read so much stuff, or they're performing it in their mind, and they just, it comes natural. And there are other writers out there that do that who aren't actors, and I don't understand it. And I don't like them because that's amazing. But yeah, the transition to becoming a screenwriter from an actor, I was always doing it at the same time, whether it was just scribbling notes or anything, or just like thinking of dialogue or telling stories. I was kind of afraid to make My Dead Dad at first, and Fabio was a good, I guess, creative partner in this way to pull me back in a weird way. Funny enough, Fabio didn't know a lot of the personal stuff that happened to me in the movie until like halfway through writing it. And on my side of things, I didn't want to put so much of my real life into a movie to where I felt like I was like almost cheating, or it was just like a documentary. And now looking back at that, I laugh because it's like everything you write is going to have some personal hook to you, whether it's like completely fantastical or not, doesn't matter. It's the emotion. And I think this was a great movie for me to do as a first-time filmmaker. I think that stuff, if you can just get good at opening your own life and your past experiences, there's going to be people out there who are going to relate to it for sure. And I feel like to bring acting into that as well, having performed so much, you can really be attuned to that easier. I know people who don't want to talk about anything about their own life, but just getting so many notes or getting beat down or so many no's as an actor, you become, familiar with it, familiar with the struggle, for sure.
Did anyone say that to you? Don't use your own or loosely based on your own life as your first feature. Wait on that.
I think Fabio did.
Oh, great.
Yeah, maybe he didn't say that, but it was funny. It was funny. Fabio and I were talking the other day. We were just walking somewhere, and Fabio's like, yeah, it's crazy that so many people talk about like authenticity and like things have to be like directly from your life. Like there's like Jaws or whatever, and like space movies and stuff. And we were like kind of going back and forth on this. I was like, no, it's like the emotion, of a personal connection in whatever world what you're talking about. And then Fabio told me, is like, well, I mean, who has enough personal stories or instances in their life to make a whole career out of it? And I was like, well, I'll let you know. I've got like 8 ideas, of my own life. But yeah, I think when in doubt, just like use your own life and then see what happens. If you can't find anything, it'll remind you of something else. I don't know. Yeah.